So just a quick little video really, with a bit of progress on this. We've now got working lights. The rear of the loom is sorted out, tailpiece is bolted back on. Okay, looks pretty rough, but all this here has been repaired on the underside. Solved the split. As I can say, this is not going to be a restoration, this is just about putting this bike on the road, making it usable. So we're winning with the loom. We've still got a bit to sort out, but we're going in the right direction with it, which is good. So I've been waiting on parts before I've been able to do anything. In the last video I mentioned the handlebars, so these are the ones that come off it. As you can see, they're pretty twisted up. Had a bit of a nightmare trying to find a replacement set. In the end, went for these, which they're not KE handlebars, they're actually DT400 handlebars, but they're similar in style. They don't quite kick back as far as the other ones did, but they were about as close as I could get. Unfortunately, they're in black, not in chrome, but I've got to get on, and finding a set of chrome ones that matched, that the right size, was becoming problematic. So we went for this. So we're going to fit these on today. So I've given the top yoke a bit of a wipe down just to get all the debris and the shit off it before we fit it, because we're not going to be able to get underneath the clamps. If you're ever taking handlebars off a top yoke, then you always want to give them a wipe on the underside, because obviously once the bars are on and the clamps are in place, you can't get to any of this. Okay, so we've given that a clean up. Just a little hint or tip, if you like, with things like the brake levers and clutch levers on this bike, they slide down the handlebar like so. You can take the cables off, which is, you know, a sensible thing to do, but I know for a fact I can get these handlebars on and off just by feeding them through. So what I've done is I've just ran a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the inside of these, just so that when I slide it down the bar, it's not going to scratch anything. So it's something always worth considering, particularly if you're fitting a coloured set of bars that have been anodised or something like that, that as you slide them down, it will take the coating off. Okay, so a little bit of 3-in-1 in oil will just assist you. Right, so we've got the bars on, we've got the levers on. Okay, we've got to scuff the bars as we used our 3-in-1. Now it's just a case of doing the clamps up, getting the bars centralised, doing the clamps up, fitting the switch gears and the grips. And there we go. So it's just a quick video, but I think the bars have made quite a lot of difference, and don't actually look too bad in black. I haven't torqued them down fully tight. I'll wait until we get everything up. They probably need to come that way a little bit, I suspect, because they're a bit pulled back. But in terms of how the originals looked, in terms of span, they're pretty much there or thereabouts. So I'm quite happy with that. It was a cheap fix, about 35 quid or 30 quid I think it was for the bars. So not too bad overall. So next job on the list, I'll tell you what we have got to look at. We have still got a bit of a problem with the sticking throttle. Now this cable was lubed up, but as you can see, it's still not right. So I don't know if there's something inside the carb, maybe the slider's dry, something like that. See what we can do with adjustment to try and get it come back. Might check it's routed right, but that's definitely not right. But that was like that prior to changing the bars, so it might be a case of having to change the cable. Front brake's the same, sticks on. So possibly there's a groove on the pivot pin under there that's causing it, or again maybe the cable's dry or needs rerouting, one of the two. We'll have to have a look at that, because both of them are MOT failures. Stuck front brake, stuck throttle, no good. The brake might be the actuator down here in the hub. Obviously you've got all these adjustments here, but where it goes through into the hub, this spline shaft occasionally seize. So it could be that might need taking off and freeing up. I've had that a few times on the back end of CX500s on drum brakes. So that's something that we need to look at, but we've got fork seals to do, so the front end's going to have to come off anyway, and we'll delve into that. Probably fit some new brake shoes, because we don't know how long the ones that are in here have been in here. Forks aren't too bad, no real heavy pitting on them. Again, that's the benefits of getting imported bikes from dry states. In America you get, don't tend to get the rust that you get on European bikes. So we sort that out. We need another rev counter cable, because the one that's on it is not a lot of good by the looks of it. And we need to do something with the rear shocks, because there's no damping in there at all. So what we got left? So we've got tyre, front tyre, fork seals, front brake, probably do the rear brake as well. Works okay. It's not sticking. Lever's a little bent, so we'll put a bit of heat on that, straighten it out a bit. We'll stick a new fuel filter in it, because I have no idea how old that is. And just generally give the motor a service. We drop the oil out. What we do need to do is check the auto lube to see if it's working. I'm in two minds whether to disconnect that in its entirety and run it on premix. Only thing I'm not sure about is ratios and how exactly I go about blanking this off. Whether or not it's just a case of plugging this up, I don't know. So if you've got any suggestions, by all means drop them in the comments box. I'm by no means an expert, so if any of you are, give me a shout. Alright, thanks very much for watching.